Hey up and welcome to Callum's Corner. Right, forget everything that you think you know about bumblebees because they are arrogant little arseholes. I'm here to tell the truth about them because everyone thinks they're harmless. They're lovely, oh, save a bee because they're dying out. You see one fly past with his bloated fat body and these tiny little ridiculous wings that shouldn't even make it fly. You think it's cute, you think it's comical. Right? It's wasps that everyone thinks are the evil little knobheads, and they are. Wasps are evil, right? They sting, they fly off and still live. They're ultra obnoxious. They're basically the French of the bloody insect world, right? But bumblebees are even worse. Today, I went out to my garden with my morning coffee, right? I've only just woken up, mind you. Go to sit down on the chair, sit down, and suddenly I feel a massive pain in my arse. I jump up, right? I look down, and there's this fat little bastard bumblebee writhing on the chair. I've sat on it right in the cleft of my bloody buttocks, basically, and somehow that little bastard is still alive, right? So I've left it there because I thought, it stung me. It's going to die. I need to go in and sort this out. It was in a very tender place, right? Basically, very close to where arse meets hole. And, I suffer from hemorrhoids. So I was worrying at this point that I've been speared, harpooned by this bloody stinger or something. So straight away, I'm off up into the bathroom thinking I'll deal with him later. He's going to die. I'll check on it in a minute, right? So I go upstairs to the bathroom. Obviously, I need to get this stinger out of my arse is what I'm thinking. Who can I ask? I'm not going to get my mum to come in and inspect my bum. So basically, I'm having to just touch myself in the bathroom. I can't see it in a bloody mirror. I can't get there. So I'm running my hands over my inner buttocks like some kind of bloody pervert or something. Cannot find a stinger. I'm perplexed by this, right? I'm thinking, how the hell has this happened? Bees, everyone knows it. They leave their stinger in you and then they bugger off and die, right? So I go downstairs and I go out to look at this bumblebee. He's gone. He's scuppered. How the hell has he gone? He's meant to die. And he's got away. I'm the one who's not even got a body. I'm in pain, right? And he's buggered off. So I'm Googling it. Bumblebees don't die. They can just sting you willy bloody nilly like a wasp. It's a fat, overweight wasp is what a bumblebee is. There's no consequences for it. Right? And they're being encouraged into this, all by the bloody hippie, soy-sucking spasmoids. You're like, oh, save the bumblebees. Leave a saucer of sweetened water out for them to drink if they get tired. They're getting lazy. They're lying around waiting for these saucers of bloody sweetened water, and unsuspecting people like me are sitting on it, right, and getting stung. And the thing's not even bloody dying. I didn't even get the satisfaction of stamping on the little bastard. Honestly, bumblebees are just overweight wasps. Avoid them. Warning, the wildlife is out of control at the moment. 3 times I've been accosted today. It's been mental, awful. Literally, number one, I was sitting there at my computer with my shorts on and I feel a little tickle on my knee and there's this little fat black spider on my knee sitting there bold as brass. Immediately, I've brushed him off. He's flown, right? I didn't get to kill him because I was still shocked by the whole situation. Little git. Right, number 2. A fly has been buzzing around my head for about an hour today. There's loads of flies in my house. It's driving me mad, right? Him, I did manage to kill, thank God. And number 3, I was trying to have a little snooze on the sofa earlier, and a moth flew into my bloody eye. A moth flying around in the daytime. The heat is driving them mad, and that is another warning. There's another 2 weeks of this heat wave. I've just read it on the news, right? And I don't want to be the guy to complain about the heat because it's great to have sunshine, but it's testing what it's doing to the wildlife, and also bloody chafing situation. That's actually warning number 3. Guys, it's Sweat City down there at the moment. You may want to consider talc. Come out to the kitchen and I have seen something that has reminded me of me being triggered the other night. And I'm glad, actually, because this needs talking about, right? You guys know chips are everything to me. I love chips. They're massively important to me. However, I've always struggled finding a good oven chip. You stick them in the oven, they're raw. You've cooked them for about 40 minutes, they're still raw. You put them in for another minute and then they're cremated. It's always been impossible. Until about a year or so ago, I discovered McCain's French fries. Put them in for the required amount of time. I think it's 16, 17 minutes. They come out, they're crispy, they're perfect, they're lovely, right? So, I bought what I thought was a packet of McCain's fries the other day. The other night, I come out to make myself some dinner, get the French fries out of the oven, French fries out of the freezer, and this is what's on there. 5-minute cook time. I'm thinking, what, they changed the recipe or something, right? So I think, well, you gotta trust it. It's what it says on it, so you trust it, idiot that I am, right? So I put my chicken Kiev for the required amount of time, 7 minutes before it's due to be finished cooking. I put these in the oven, get my beans on and stuff, right? get it all out, and I'm confronted with a basically raw, well, it's not raw, because it's cooked, it's hot, but it's just floppy, it's just soggy, it's like a permanently flaccid penis. It's revolting, right? I could not eat that dinner. I had disappointment just clinging to me for the rest of the evening, you know, like the way when you do a particularly stinky poo after a hangover or something, the smell just lingers in the air for hours afterwards. That's how I felt, just disappointed for the rest of the evening. All because they've gone and spoilt something that was brilliant. They came across, finally, an oven chip that cooks well, and now they've spoilt it by trying to take it down to a 5-minute cook time. And I know what you're thinking, or maybe you just need to leave it in longer. So I've experimented. It's like all the other oven chips that came before it. It's raw, it's limp, it's flaccid, and not in a good way like a McDonald's chip where it's permutated with extra fat or something, just as in just a revolting little uncooked maggoty worm way, right? And you do that, and you do that, and you leave it in for 10 minutes, it's the same. About 12 minutes, it's the same. Around 14 minutes, it goes burn. There's no bloody in between. It's a shame, McCain. You've spoiled something that was wonderful, and finally a solution for something that was really needed. And now you've tried to make it better. You've fiddled with something that didn't need to be fiddled with, and you've messed it up. You spoilt it. It's a lesson. Right, I don't think I can end this vlog without fully dissecting what happened at the World Cup, just explaining why it annoyed me so much. The whole thing was encapsulated with an image that's been all over the newspapers today. Paul Pogba dabbing with the World bloody Cup. I mean, talk about disrespectful. His jaws were bloody May, and he's dabbing with it. Dickhead dabbing is, it's disgusting. And to think that could have been Harry Maguire standing there grinning on his big beautiful misshapen head, doing it for everyone who's got a misshapen head. You know, it could have been him holding up Jules Vermeer and the whole of England behind him. Just, you know, it makes you sick what could have been. And the Croatians, you know, I hold my hands up. In the semi-final, they were better than us, and I was happy to admit that. And then after the game, there's all this stuff Modric coming out. They wanted to stuff it down the pundits' throats because they were saying they might be tired. We were just looking on the bright side. Lineker wasn't doing anything bloody wrong. Leave Lineker alone and bloody Shearer. The two of them are just a bit hopeful. They're allowed to be hopeful. They're allowed to hope that they might have been tired. You know, it just struck me as bitterness. No one bloody likes England, and it makes me sick. It makes me sad. Also, Virgin bloody media. I need to talk about them just before we finish, because how they can call themselves Virgin. Someone tweeted this to me. How can they call themselves Virgin when they are shafting me in the arse repeatedly? Virgin my bloody arse. Honestly, my coverage is terrible. I'm leaving Virgin. They are making me absolutely sick with their ridiculous service. I tweeted them. I said it's rubbish, and they tweeted me back saying, oh, why don't you phone up? I phoned up. I'm not an idiot. I phoned up. I spent 40 minutes on the phone to someone who barely speaks English to tell me there's an outage in my area. That's what I was phoning to tell you. I want it back. Anyway, I'm going to Sky. Yeah, I don't care about it anymore. I've just had enough. And the annoying noises on the control as well if you press the wrong button. It's not pleasing. Nothing about Virgin is pleasing. This video goes out to GayMX. I have been made aware that this FIFA YouTuber has grown some balls from somewhere and got a bit brave, right? And he's called me out for the boxing match, for this whole KSI, Logan Paul, the whole retard fest. He wants to fight me on the bloody undercard, right? The only bad thing about this is I think I've come a little bit late to the party. I was working yesterday and last night, and today I've been very busy producing a statement over on Facebook to refute the allegations, spurious allegations I might add, regarding the size of my penis, right? So, unfortunately, some spasmoids didn't know that sometimes it's cold outside and sometimes perspective makes a difference. But that's been sorted now, and I've gone and logged into Twitter, and I see it's full of it, right? This GayMX wants to fight me. He's even done a bloody little video. He calls me a Tic Tac head. Well done, mate. You're original, only 2 years late, right? And also, he calls me son in this video. I'm literally old enough to be your father. Why are you calling me son? It just makes you look like even more of a knobhead, and you don't seem to need any kind of help in that regard, to be honest with you, from what I've seen, right? Anyway, it looks like he's agreed to fight the Halal Ham. Now, I don't want to get in the way of this, because the Halal Ham seems like a decent bloke. He's funny, right? However, if this falls apart for any reason, I will be waiting. Because to be honest with you, this guy, he may be tall, but there's no way he's like me. He's not from the School of Hard Knocks. He seems like he's a public schoolboy or something. If it does fall apart and you need a fight, GayMX, I will be here and I will be waiting for you. And honestly, my friend, well, you're not really my friend. Honestly, GayMX, you will go down easier than your slightly slutty sister. So, you know, think about it, because you're going to go down. Right, I've had it with that fat-faced, fat-mouthed twat, Jamie bloody Oliver, and I hope he sees this. I hope you see this, Jamie Oliver, because you are a twat. You're a massive twat. You're the twattiest twat of all time. You need to keep your overprivileged mouth shut and leave our food the hell alone. Honestly, I've never liked the bloke. Right from the moment he queefed himself onto our screens as the naked chef. Naked body chef my ass. What does nudity have to do with food? Nothing. Does it enhance it? No. Quite the opposite, in fact. And also, he spits while he talks. How would you like his spasmoidal spittle sprayed into your food? No, it's disgusting, that. But I left him alone back in the day. You know, he was annoying. I didn't like him, but I'm a tolerant person. And, you know, the world is chock-a-block with spasmoids. You can't get even with all of them. So I tolerated them. I tolerated him. But he has escalated this last few years. Previously, it was like the HIV virus, right? It's not nice. No walk in the park, but you can just about live with it. But his twattiness now has reached such levels that he has bloody escalated into literal, full-blown AIDS. Think about his actions in the last few years, right? First of all, he snuck into a school like a big, strunky nonce monster. And then, once he's into the bloody school, he steals Turkey Twizzlers. This bloody overprivileged penis stole Turkey Twizzlers off the common man, right? The humble Turkey Twizzler. There is nothing wrong with a Turkey Twizzler. And even if he thinks there is, no one was bloody making him eat them, were they? Next, in an act of bloody unparalleled shithousery, this bloated bourgeoisie bastard decided that he could reinvent the full English breakfast. The greatest meal that has ever or will ever be invented, right? And he's going to remake it using healthier ingredients, all Tuscan beans and stuff. Do me a favour. The sheer gall of it. Honestly, I do not know what went in his bloody past or something. Probably at public school, he sat at each day with a bowl full of porridge infused with the bloody seminal fluids of the Rogger team or something, and now he's taking it out on all of us. Well, stop it. Because the full English breakfast is perfection, you posh spanner. And now we have reached a point where this presumptuous penis is inflicting his agenda on everyone. Literally everything is being reinvented now. New recipes, tinier package, sugar taxes, and we're talking about absolute classics, nuggets, you know, of gold that I love, like Iron Brew recipes being changed. Cocoa Pops! He's forced them to change the recipe of Cocoa Pops. It's ridiculous. Nobody was eating Cocoa Pops for the nutritional value. No one goes, oh, I want a healthy meal, I'll have some Cocoa Pops. We were eating them because they were delicious. Well, they're not anymore, thanks to Jamie Buddy Oliver, are they? Honestly. And what have you improved? Yeah, you may have changed the recipe slightly, but you've still not made it a nutritious meal, have you? At the end of the day, it's still a bloody grain of rice that's had a puff of air blown up its ass. It's not a nutritious meal, you've just made it taste a bit shitter, you knobhead. Jamie Oliver, you are a disgrace. If people wanted you to have control over what they ate, they would go and eat at your bloody restaurants. And I'll tell you what, nobody's doing that anymore, are they? If I want a full English or a delicious bowl of Cocoa Pops, I should be able to have that. I will stick to mine, and you stick to your bloody foie gras and tossed salads and whatever it is, tossed with the bloody spunk of your old Etonian mates. Honestly, you make me sick. There will be no more final warnings. If you interfere with my dietary once again, I will march upon your restaurant. I will come down there, I will lead my Callum's army. It's not just people called Callum anymore, it's everyone who watches my channel. We will come, we will sit down outside your restaurants and block the door, and we will protest, and we will stuff our faces with McDonald's and junk food, and we'll see how you like that. Honestly, you're an idiot.